Right, Boxing Social here with Eddie Hearn. Did that live up to your expectations?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, beyond it, really, especially with the atmosphere. You know, it was. I felt a bit for Josh Kelly then, because obviously the Ritson madness was just like left everybody just sort of. You get a bit drained after that, you know, because it was like, what have we just seen? And Josh Kelly was, he's a freak talent. And good win for Gavin McDonald. Brilliant performance from Yafai-Edwards. Really, really good. And yeah, just a wonderful atmosphere. And you experience that, and you think we'll be back, and we'll be back bigger and better next time.
Who would you say performed the most outstanding out of all the boxers tonight?
It's tough, isn't it? Because like you look at Josh Kelly and you think like he's a genius. You know, and he was a bit sloppy at times tonight because he didn't really feel the threat of Chris George. I think he needs that level where he's so sharp and so clinical. And then you've got Ritson, who is just one of the most entertaining fighters in the world. I mean, certainly in Britain, but is also sometimes at risk because his chin's in the air and he's trading up, and he's got a lot to learn. And he's had 16 fights, but his last 3 wins have been 1 round, 2 rounds, 1 round. So Yafai-Edwards, I thought, was really good tonight, really good. And we live in an era now where the fans just are so demanding.
Oh, thank you.
And that's okay because they're interacting all the time, and that's great for you, for us. You know, people are talking boxing. But if you don't perform, you don't get many chances, you know? Like if Yafai-Edwards would have won that over 10 rounds and sort of bored the place a little bit, he's not done, but it's like, you're off the list, mate. You know, but boxing is like, you've got all these jumbo jets circling and you're waiting to land. And if you don't perform, you're not allowed to land. You just got to keep circling till you can come in. Is that right? Something like that. And Yafai-Edwards came into land tonight big time because I've not seen a performance like that from him before. But again, you go on social media, wow, Yafai-Edwards. And when you're calling out a Cal Yafai fight and those kind of fights, that's how you actually get people to go, do you know what? I'd like to see that. And when they do that, there's a chance the fight can get made. If they're not really bothered about it, not interested to
Are you going to make that fight? I
don't know. I mean, look, you know, he had a really good American debut, and the plan is really to box him in America against Chocolito or Encarjas or, you know, another unification. But Charlie's going to be ranked in the top 15 now of the WBA, and you know, it's really up to Cal. I can't say to Cal, you got to take that fight. He doesn't. I don't think he feels like that fight is one that's going to progress his career. But if it's a fight that's in demand from the public, maybe Charlie has one more. You know, we'll see.
Going back to Newcastle, you mentioned during the press conference that you will certainly come back to this city. Who's going to headline?
Yeah, I mean, that was the question. I mean, I think, like I said, they're very different brands, Ritson and Josh Kelly. Josh Kelly is, you know, he's got that pedigree, he's got that sort of film star look, that flashiness. I feel like you could box him on a pay-per-view card, you could box him in America. I feel like you could do the same with Ritson. But Ritson is a man of the people in Newcastle, and that's something quite unique and very strong and powerful. You know, it's almost like take your shirt off and beat your chest and swing it around your head. He's one of us kind of mentality. And that's the same thing that we built with Carl Frampton and we built with Josh Warrington, and it's very easy. It was done with Lewis Ritson. He'd come back, filled his place on his own, you know. But I want him to develop as a fighter and not just say sling him in the European title, sling him in a world title eliminator. He's had 16 fights. Like I said, the last 3, 1 round, 2 rounds, 1 round. And but he's very exciting. Very exciting. I mean, every fight seems to get more and more exciting. And I don't know. The truth is, I don't know. He can win, like he'll win European titles, but has he got the ability to go to world level? He has the power, unquestionably. But that's why I want to give him the chance to succeed at world level rather than just dive in and say, I'm not sure. You know, that makes sense.
Tommy Coyle next for Lewis Ritson, perhaps?
No, I think Tommy Coyle's going to move to 140. He's looking at a fight. He wants, you know, he was umming and ahhing whether to retire. And he sort of said to me, just get me a big one in America. You know, like just let me go out in a blaze of glory trying to achieve something great. So that you might see the end of Lewis Ritson there domestically. But I do want to slow him down a little bit. But I might slow him down behind closed doors, if that makes sense, rather than just. I think he needs to headline here, but I wouldn't mind getting him a little 10-rounder somewhere against a tough Mexican that's never been stopped, just to give him a little bit more ring craft.
I know you appreciate value. That is something that you mention a lot during interviews. In terms of value, who came out on top tonight? Lewis Ritson or Josh Kelly?
Well, I think in terms of the devastation performance and the performance that left everyone leaving the arena going, wow, was Lewis Ritson. Josh Kelly is a genius and he's a star, and you know that, and he didn't do anything that surprised you tonight because you know how good he is. You know he's levels beyond the Commonwealth title level already, and he showed that. But the way that he dealt with his guy shows you that he's probably beyond British and European level already as well. Ritson performance was a showstopper. It wasn't technically the best sometimes, but there was 8,000 people in there that weren't really bothered about how technically good it was. They were up screaming and shouting and drinking, and they loved it. So, like I said, Josh Kelly is going to be someone who's very popular in the North East, but popular in London, popular in America, and this kid Ritson's going to be a real hero here.
Finally, if you could throw us a couple of names, who would you want to see Ritson fight next? Who would you want to see Kelly fight next?
I think Kelly, I'd like to see Kelly fight an American name. I'd like to see Kelly fight a Victor Ortiz or a Brandon Rios or someone like that. But again, he's had 7 fights, So, but Adam wants to move him. Adam wants to test him. Adam wants to get his attention and make sure that he's switched on. Ritson, I don't know. I'd like to, like I said, find a durable guy. I'm thinking at 135 pound. I don't know. Maybe a Darlis Perez or a Barossa. I don't know. And just let him learn. And then I'd like him to fight Tatley for the European if he still hangs on to the belt. And just do it the traditional way. He's won the British outright, win the European, and go on and challenge for the world title. And I talk about St James's Park and stuff like that. That's me talking as a promoter, but that's the dream. That's what I'm interested in. All due respect to the Metro Centre, I want to come back and fill it properly, but I want to take him to St James's Park and let him win world titles there. So, but all that depends on how good he is and how we can manage his career with his team.
Time will tell. Eddie Hearn,
cheers,
thank
mate.
you very much.
Thanks a lot.